Welcome to the Mother Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today.
Yeah.
Hey, mothers and daughters, I am back today to give you more exciting information from interesting people. Today we have Miss Neetu, and she's going to talk to us about what her move was. And, you know, these series have been so important and so informational because people are always asking, how do I do it? How do I know when I'm supposed to do it? How do I get work? How do I figure out the dating thing? All of these questions are being answered every single time I see you here. So thank you, Neetu, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Dawn. It is my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Now let's talk about where you originally were and where are you now?
Sure. Well, as you know, I'm Neetu. I'm originally from India, from Mumbai. That's my hometown.
Uh-huh.
And I moved from there, to 2 to 3 countries. Currently, I am living in Poland, in Wrocław.
Poland,
So,
okay.
yeah, it is the fourth largest city in Poland.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that move? I know you said that you've had some in between, but how did you come up with, okay, I'm going to be in Poland now?
Yeah. So basically, when I was in India over there, after completing my studies, I moved to Dubai because my parents were living there even
Okay.
before marriage. So I moved to UAE, and from UAE, then I moved to UK because I got married.
Uh-huh.
And from there, we again got back to India. So it has been a roller coaster ride for us. And then from India, again, my husband got an opportunity here in Poland,
Okay.
and he's working here in an MNC. So yeah, I'm just here, along with him to support him.
That is
Yeah.
so wonderful. How has your stay in Poland been? Because I know Poland is a beast on its own. I know that you guys get a lot of snow in the
Yeah.
winter. How is it?
Yeah.
You know, when I think about Poland, I think about the movie my kids used to watch when they were little called
Yeah.
Express or something, I think was the name of it, and all that.
Poland has been a beautiful experience, to be very honest. It's been over 2 years now, 2.5 years to be precise,
Uh-huh.
and it's been an amazing experience. Like, people over here are the kindest, to be honest. Yeah,
Really?
I have made a lot of friends. I've made communities here. I
Yeah.
have joined an international community group, which is like just meant for the girls, for the women, expat community. It is with the name of Girl Gone International. So I became a part of it. And since then, like, the journey has been amazing over here for me and for my husband, definitely.
I am so happy to hear that because that's like the number one thing I wanted to know just personally for myself. Is Poland pretty diverse?
Yeah, very much, very much, very
Okay.
much. It is a quite multicultural society here, and the best part of like living here, we realize that the one thing is very common between India and Poland.
Uh-huh.
Like, the people here, are very much family oriented, like how we are, very
Yes.
much cultural oriented.
Yes.
So that is one thing very common over here, I found. So it's really amazing. Yeah.
What about living expenses? I know you are from India, and I don't know the living expenses in India yet, but what are
Yeah.
some of the differences that you noticed in as far as living expenses?
Living expenses, definitely it has like increased due to the inflation,
Yeah.
but it's like quite manageable depending upon where exactly you're living in the city. If it's in the outskirts, then it's manageable. But if it's right in the town, in the center, then it's a little difficult. Like, we are living right in the center. So
Uh,
for us, like, it's quite like we have to struggle with that sometimes. So it's okay, that's manageable.
okay.
That's a parcel, that's a challenging thing, but it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you working or are you a stay-at-home mom?
I am no, I'm actually doing my own business, and that's like basically I'm from the profession of HR. I
Okay.
have over 10 years of experience into human resource. So
Mhm.
yeah, along with, while I was doing my corporate work, I was also doing my own business side by side, and that has been of the CV writing services, providing LinkedIn optimization. It's basically career related services. So as a career consultant, I'm right now working independently.
Okay, I love that. And so since you've been in Poland, have you been able to create a little small community of your own? I know a lot of people say they do meet up and they do all this. Have you been able to?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
have you been doing?
I'm basically a part of a GGI community, which has like every city or every country they have their groups.
Okay.
So when I got I just moved there in a community basically. I've now right now I'm working as a like community leader for that community for
Okay.
Wrocław city. Initially I was just a member, but lately then they came up with this opportunity when whoever wants to join they
Hmm.
can. So right now I am taking care of that overall community. Right now for Wrocław, it's like 3,700 members. So we do have like meetups, events, different types of events. So we take care of that on monthly basis.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's really interesting. That sounds a lot of fun too, because you get to meet people from just probably everywhere, right?
Yeah, and moving to another country, it's like something we need to have, community. We need to build connection. That is something I really learned here after
Mm-hmm.
moving to Poland, because this was the one mistake I did when I moved to the UK after getting married.
Hmm.
And over there, I didn't have that much friends. I was just being with my husband, with his colleagues, with his friends initially. So
Right.
over there, I did that mistake, and from there, I learned that no, if I'm moving to another country, one
Yeah,
of the most important part like is to build connections. The
definitely.
more you build connections, the more you get to learn a lot of things from them when you meet.
You are
So
so
yeah.
right. Yeah. Wow, that's exciting. I'm glad that you realize that because I've always said, no matter where you are, you got to network. Because even when I travel, I find if there's a meetup group or if there's a women's business group or something, and I'll
Mm,
sign up and, register to attend. And while I'm there visiting just for fun or whatever, I'll mix in and make sure that I get to know people.
yeah.
So that's really awesome. I love that you said that you're from originally from Mumbai. When I was headed to the Middle East in December, I met about three or four ladies on the airplane that were from New Delhi, and then somebody else that was three ladies that were from Mumbai. And I said, you know what? I'm glad that they were talking to me about it and asking me if I'd ever visit. And I said, no, but it's on my bucket list. And they said, well, come on over and visit. And
Yeah.
so that's very interesting. Now, Poland has always been on my mind, but I always thought, well, I don't know how friendly it is, or I don't know how the community of people are. But I'm glad that you are here as my guest to kind of again dispel whatever rumors that maybe I'm perceiving that's probably not even true because I haven't been there. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm excited to actually talk with you about that.
Yeah.
Now, when was the last time you've gone back? How long have you been in Poland first?
It's been 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Have you been back to India
No,
since?
not yet. We are planning to for this year, hopefully. Let's see.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have any family that are thinking about moving over to Poland with you?
To be honest, right now they are like just busy in their own day-to-day lives.
Right.
So they keep visiting us though, but so far there are no plans for that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now you said that you have your own business. Tell me a little bit about your business and where people can find you and learn more about
Definitely.
your business. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, as a profession, like right now, I'm working as like a career consultant. It's like self-employed business.
Okay.
So I provide like services, say CV writing services, LinkedIn optimization, helping them with the mock interviews and guiding them to the right career path. Whatever the difficulties are there. So this is what I'm doing on the individual grounds. I'm also starting off my another like venture, and I'm partnering with another like beautiful lady who is based here in Wrocław.
Hmm.
And I will be doing the career coaching business with her. She is basically a life coach, and I will be acting as a career coach. So it will be a mix of both. So that will be altogether a different venture. So yeah, I will be handling both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you were getting ready to prepare to actually move to Poland, what was some of the research that you had to do to make sure that you were going to be connected when you got there, or to see if it was a place that was going to, touch your soul or whatever? What were some of the little research things that you did before you moved there?
Sure. Before moving here, definitely I did a lot of research, like when it comes to say Reddit, when it comes to say other Quora, or like a lot of platforms where I can see what
Mhm.
people are thinking about living here, particularly in this city.
Right.
To be very honest, whatever the comments or whatever things were there, it was quite neutral. Some were having good comments, some are having negative ones.
Hmm.
I'm glad I didn't trust on the bad ones, to be honest, because that perspective has changed completely, like literally 100%. When I came here, we realized, me and my husband, it like this country has been very welcoming for us.
Okay.
Initially, we did had a lot of challenges when it comes to say language barrier, which we still do have it, to be very honest. But initially, we still even had a doubt like whether we will be able to settle down or not. But
What language are they speaking in Poland?
it's Polish.
I don't know if I've heard a Polish accent. I'm
It's
not.
it's Polish. It's Polish.
Okay.
Like say, for instance, like for good morning, it's like dzień dobry. It's like that.
Oh, I
It's
hadn't
like
even considered that. Huh.
yeah,
Okay. I had no idea. Okay. So
yeah.
you had to learn the language?
I tried a lot. I'm still learning, but it's
Yes.
very difficult to match with their fluency.
Uh-huh.
So Google Translator is our survivor, to be very honest, wherever we go.
And aren't we happy we have Google Translate and all of that, right?
That's the only app I really depend on wherever I go.
Now, with your husband's work, has he had a problem with the language as well?
He does indeed. Because the communication sometimes happens in the local language. So kind
Yes.
of, though like it's a multicultural, environment there, but still there are locals who try to communicate in their language. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's a bit challenge for him, but still it's manageable. He's doing his best.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's wonderful. Now, let me ask you, in some of your community gatherings and groups, what are some other countries that are represented in those groups that you get a chance to network with?
That's a good question. Yes. Yeah. So there are quite a lot, I would say, like say from Germany, from Portugal, from Italy,
Okay.
from even France,
Okay.
from USA as well, from Canada,
Okay.
like from a lot actually, from the UK. There are a lot of like different, like from even Czech Republic, especially Europe. Obviously, from Europe, there are many people out here.
Yeah.
So
I love that for you.
it's a great chance to meet many people when I'm just handle the events. So I get to know their culture, I get to know their like their hometown, everything. So it's a good learning actually, being a part of the community.
It sounds like it, and it sounds like it's very rewarding as well.
Very
Now, let's
much.
talk about food. Now, I do understand that India has amazing food. I'm in
Yeah.
Texas, so we have just every culture you can think of that represents. We call ourselves a big melting pot. So I do have access to every single type of food in the
Mhm.
state and in the city that I live in Houston, Texas. Tell me
Yeah.
about the food when you got there.
Okay, so food, yes, it's a challenge, especially especially when me and my husband are pure vegetarian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So for us, like finding the right place is a bit challenge. Of course, Indian restaurants are there,
Yeah.
but initially they were very less. Now they have opened a bit, so
Okay.
it's quite relieving for us. But coming to the general like restaurants, we need to be very much particular. For
Yeah.
instance, I had just simply said that I'm a vegetarian. So lately, I got to know if I say a vegetarian, which I did at my friend's place, for example.
Mhm.
So I didn't realize, but I was offered a salad which had a seafood. But I said that I am a vegetarian. So here, vegetarian means you can have a seafood. You can
Yeah.
have shrimps, you can have crabs. Okay, so I'm supposed to say vegan. I'm a vegan, but when I said that vegan means I'm not having dairy products. That's
Right.
what the vegan term usually, we
Right.
understood so far.
Yeah.
So every country has its own term and their meaning. So
Right.
that's what we have learned. But yeah, it's quite manageable now. It's been over 2 years, so it's quite manageable.
Yeah. I always have to ask about the food because it's all universal. We're all going to eat something, you know.
Yeah,
You got to have something. So I always love to know about the food. And plus, I'm a foodie. So if I
yeah.
travel to a location, I'm
Mhm.
gonna look up where to go and eat and what the food is and all of those things. So that's good to know. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us that I think that would help other women that are considering making a move to a different location than what they are in? Because I just love everything that you've spoken with me about because I think that it's great to be able to share these things with other people. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we go?
Sure. Sure. The most important thing before moving to any country is like to make a checklist of what things you really want to have it in another country,
Mhm.
specifically when it comes to say food items or whatever.
Mhm.
Apart from that, what is the local culture there, just to understand how you're going to live on the day-to-day lives. Obviously, the
Right.
practical grounds are different when you move there,
Yeah.
but doing the research, making the communities, doing my own risk. Like for instance, in my scenario, before even coming to Poland, I had made the community which I'm part of right now.
Okay.
I
Smart.
already joined the group. I already informed the admin of the Facebook group. I mean, and I informed them that I will be a part of this event. So I
Mhm.
started the moment I moved here. I just started joining the events, making connections, and
Mhm.
I really have a lot of friends. Like obviously, not I would say like just the quantity wise, but even the quality wise. I mean.
Right.
So it's really amazing. This is what I would really say, that research as much as you can and try to build the connections, and you never know. And also one most important thing, like never ever be afraid of meeting any stranger or meeting anybody thinking that, this might turn out bad, but always go ahead and just explore yourself, because I have met strangers over here, and that the opportunities have been turned out amazing. Like
Oh,
just on the road, if I'm just like going somewhere, I've made some friend.
hmm.
And like if I'm in the grocery store, I'm asking for some help or something, I just made a best friend out of there.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like
wow.
randomly also, you never know whom you come across, so it's really important to build connections. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool. Now, when you start thinking about, I'm thinking about this connection thing, when you start thinking about those type of things, are these people that also you can like hang out with or,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely,
oh,
absolutely, yeah.
great. That's really great. So you said you're in the inner city part of it, so you're around everything that's
I'm
right.
right in the center, in the Renac area, the downtown area, the Gouvernay. Gouvernay is basically the train station here. So that
Oh,
is one of the most, I would say, the like landmarks, I would say, in the Wrocław. So I just like we just live there and right in the center. So it's really good and very much, I would say, the transportation wise and everything, it's very easy here to
yeah.
communicate.
So
Yeah.
you've been on the train?
Yeah, and the trams,
What
like
experience like?
it's really nice. It's quite convenient.
Oh,
When it comes to, say, moving from one city to another, it's very much convenient. Even if I compare it to some other countries also, which I have experienced, like whether like I've been to, say, like, Stockholm, I've been to other like few cities as well, like in Germany also. But
okay.
I've lived in UK, for instance. So over there also, I have experienced when it comes to, say, transportation, it's quite difficult to, like, if you have a car, you travel over here. If
Mhm.
you don't have a car, you can still manage it. That is the best part.
Okay, I love that. Now, my final question, so for someone who may want to move from one place to the other, should they be considering options on a specific healthcare?
Yeah, they should, because here healthcare is also one of the challenging part, because sometimes getting the appointments are really difficult. Depending
Is it
upon
free healthcare for all, or you have to have your own?
most of the services are free, depending upon what services you're taking up.
Okay.
Because, like for instance, over here, like LuxMed is there, then Medicover is there. So ours is like LuxMed. So
Mhm.
it covers some certain like services which is free, because we are every month we are paying for it, right? So we're getting it in written.
Okay.
So that is something I really feel like, yeah, you need to do the research as well. Medication is something you need to take care of if you're
Mhm.
moving from one country to another. Specific medications, if you feel that you will have to stick to that medication for years, better get it with you. That is also very important part. Good you took this point. So yeah.
Smart. So now you said that the healthcare there is pretty much free, but what's the portion that you're paying? Like a monthly fee or something?
Yeah, monthly fee, it's like a 150 zloty, like this much amount is there. A year in Poland, it is not a euro, it's a zloty, the
Oh,
currency.
okay.
Yeah,
So
so it's
you're,
like 150, around that much you pay for it. And
uh,
in return, definitely you get good amount of services. Like you
okay.
can get the blood test done, you can get the scannings done. There are a lot of other options. Only I think dentist and the other one or two like services would be chargeable completely. Yeah.
What are the summers like over there? Are they super, super, super hot? Like I know in India it's super, super hot, but I mean it's
Uh,
hot where I am too.
no, compared to India, definitely no, it is not that. Even if I compare it with the UAE, in Dubai, it's been like 50, 55 degrees also.
Right.
Not that much, but yeah, it definitely goes up to, say, 35, sometimes 38. It goes. But the weather is still manageable compared to what was there in back in India. And
Yeah.
for a person like me, I really like more cold weather. So for
I like
yeah.
hot, 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 hot weather.
Yeah. That's the most surprising part for everyone to know, whether like, because I've been living in tropical region. So for
Right.
me, being here is like a good thing. I really like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, thank you so much, Neetu, for being my guest.
Thanks. It was
Appreciate
my pleasure.
everything that you
It
have
was lovely
shared.
talking to you, Don.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you
Appreciate
have
it.
just really you kind of excited me because I'm like, I never really thought about Poland because I just didn't think, that I might like it. But you're kind of giving me like a little bit of, you know what, I might need to put it on my
You must
bucket
visit.
list.
Yes, it's a must visit place for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here.
definitely. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye.